This movie was a movie. It's called April Fools. I don't know when they made that. They made that back in the day before. Um, anyways, today is October 10th, 2025, and I did not know that this was Mental Health Awareness Day, which is so crazy because today, like literally every 10/10 since my dad passed has been like a day for me to remember. Like something always happened today. And today, like no fail, girl, I was laying in the bed all day. All day until like 5 o'clock. I'm laying in the bed and I'm just bed rotting. I'm crying like nonstop. I just could not stop crying. All of the negative thoughts, every negative thought that I could think of, I thought of. And I'm just sitting here like just tired of it all, just crying, crying, crying. So boom, I'm like, well, since I'm not doing nothing, I'm gonna be in the bed. I might as well call the IRS. So because the last time I called the IRS, I was on the phone for like 40 minutes. They never picked up. So boom, I'm like, off today. I have time. While I'm laying here, anyways, I might as well call them. So I called him. I'm on the phone. I'm waiting for an hour and 40 minutes. Literally at an hour and 41 minutes, the lady talking about, hello, this is blah, 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 blah. Sweetest little lady. Um, so I'm on the phone. I'm like, yeah, man, I owe these taxes. I'm trying to file a hardship. And I just started just crying because I'm like, girl, I don't even know how I got here in life. I don't know what to do. The years that I didn't file, because I didn't file for 2 years, 2023 and 2024, the last 2 years, because I owed taxes and I didn't have the money. I didn't know what to do. And like coming from my family, I just come from a family of they they didn't pay stuff back. And I thought, like, I really thought that I could be one of them. I really thought that I could live my life and not care. But as much as I tried to sabotage my life, I it's something in me that is always pulling me to do the right thing. And I hate that because I don't always want to do the right thing. Sometimes I just want to live my life like everybody else, especially the people who are ignorant. Like, ignorance is bliss. And so, for the people who don't know how serious it is to pay your taxes and keep up with your credit and, all of the societal basic things, like, for those people who don't know how to manage money, how to, like, no interest in saving, no interest in investing, no interest in learning anything else, like, I am jealous because I'm like, I live my life on eggshells simply because my expectations, my standards for my life are so unrealistically high. Because I'm like, I know that on the other side of this survival, I know that you could thrive. I know that if you and you could legitimately like live a different life of wealth and of abundance, not scarcity, not lack, not poverty, not you been in debt for all your life of 40 years and you don't have nothing to show for it. And like, like my that's so crazy about all of this is like I have not enjoyed majority of my life and I have nothing to show for it. I dropped out of college. All of these jobs, I don't take them serious. I don't evolve. I don't pivot. I don't really work hard. I'm just kind of like coasting and existing. And I just, I'm so disappointed in myself because I know better. Like, I know that I can't complain about the results that I don't have because I did not put in the work. I know that. My whole thing is like, yo, I've been grieving for 15 years. So, and I just been out of place because I feel like when my dad passed, I just didn't understand nothing about life. And I feel like everybody else has some type of sense of familyship and parentalship. But I don't know, I just feel like an orphan and just, I don't know, just abandoned, neglected. And like still today, that's what I'm telling the lady today on the phone, the IRS lady, she was so sweet. Like, I really needed to call her and I needed her to listen to me because she was so patient. And she's like, well, look, you still got to pay your taxes. And oh, I was like, I'm trying. She's like, all you can do is try. And I'm like, oh man, like, and that whole thing, like, today, it really just taught me a lesson, like, especially my customer service, because I'm like, yo, sometimes I go to work so angry and not like take my anger out on the world. And I don't, well, as of late, I did not take accountability for it. I would just be like, it's y'all fault why I'm here anyways. And it's nobody's fault. Like, but my own, like, I dropped out of college. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And at the end of the day, like, these people, they come in here for a service. They don't come in here for my attitude, my unhealed childhood trauma, like, none of that. But yet, I be feeling entitled, like, oh, I hate the world, and what it's done to me, and nobody looked out for me, and nobody held my hand. And so and that's what really be pissing me off, because it's literal adults that come into my job and want me to hold their hand and do everything for them and do it with a smile. And I'm like, nobody has ever did that for me. Never. I've always had to figure it out. I've always felt like I could not ask for help. So the fact that y'all come in here, I mean, like, they come in there, boxes open, no tape, no nothing, like, and then just look at you like, isn't it your job to do everything? And I'm like, y'all really have the audacity, and y'all really come in here and like it be taking everything in me, okay? And that's what I was talking to the therapist about. And I really wish I would have stuck with a therapist, but per usual me, cause man, I ain't gonna lie, I had a good therapist at first. And then once he like disappeared, it just broke my trust. And I'm like, it's just crazy how every time I finally link up with somebody, have a good time, I vibe with them, I really like, because it's so hard for me to actually like a person. So when I find somebody that really gets me, that's listening to me and can understand me without me having to explain too much, I really appreciate that. And I like try to cling on to it, but like with no fail, they ended up leaving my life. And that's been like the theme of my life since my father left. It's been people passing away, people going to jail, people moving to a different state, people just distancing themselves. And I'm just sitting here like, I love people, but I get attached too easily, and I'm deep like with my attachment. Like, if I love you, I'll love you for real. Like, I would check on you. I will, really give my heart to somebody. and not expect nothing in return. Like half the time, most of the time, the people that are in my life, like I'm their person, but they are not my people, if that makes sense. And so it's like I self sacrifice so much to be present in their lives. Like my family, I've tried to create a family group chat. I was trying to make sure everybody got acknowledgement on their birthdays. And you know what's so crazy about my family is that they ruined that. Like I couldn't even have that. I couldn't even, like, we could not even be a family through text message. Not only like do I not see my family, we not close, we so distant and dysfunctional, but they made it such annoyance that I created the group chat and that I wanted to talk about people's birthdays. People talking about, please don't put me in the group chat. Please, please. Oh, don't respond. Don't put it in the group. And I'm like, and so I fell back. And I'm like, you know what? I can't force this. And that's what's so crazy is that I was listening to this lady talk about, because I put it in my chat GPT. And they keep saying the chat GPT ain't good. But guess what, girl? I owe all this money to the IRS. I don't. And I'm telling the lady on the phone, I'm like, girl, I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't have nobody to help me and stuff. And she was just like, yeah, nobody really teaches us about taxes, yada yada. I know I asked ChatGPT. I thought I did. But it was a question. What's the difference between values and outcome? So values equal who you are and how you want to live. Values are principles that guide your behavior and decisions. They're about process integrity and alignment, not results. You can live your values no matter what's happening externally. So, boom. I was only living for the results. And so that's why I really start and stop a lot of things. Because the results just wasn't happening quickly for me. And life happens. And then, like, every month I'm going through a depressive episode. And I'm having manic attacks, panic attacks. And I'm starting and stopping medication. And I'm starting and stopping going to the gym. And I'm starting and stopping to, like, keep my work schedule consistent. Like, girl, I've been calling off. Because today I laid in this bed and I said, you know, tell me, like, the reward for me going to work in this state, in this time right now. Like, we put everything on paper, we put everything on a wall. I'm I don't know how to say this, but I'm over under. That's what I'm. You know what they say when you got a car loan and they like you over under on your car loan or whatever. That's what I am on life. Like I'm on borrowed time. Okay. I'm not taking care of my body. I'm not eating correctly. I'm not sleeping correctly. I'm not getting enough water. And I don't care. It's only so much I can do with just the pressure and the weight of how I feel about how behind and how I just do not have any resources. And I don't even have the will. Like I literally cannot get out of bed. So I can't tell nobody this because some you tell somebody this, like the therapist, my family, oh well, you should just get another job. oh, you just making excuses. And it's like, I get it. I get it. Granted, that all sounds good, but at the end of the day, I just can't make myself care enough for me to feel like I want to sacrifice my sleep, because sleep makes me really happy. Like, I hate waking up. I be so mad. Like, I know. And then I know when I'm about to wake up, because I'll like wake up in my brain before my eyes actually open. And I'm like, no, please, I want to go back to sleep. I do not want to. Like, my day is so predictable and it's so tragic. Like, it's nothing. I don't look forward to the day. I don't look forward to the week, the month, the year, the nothing. Like, my last 3 years have been on repeat, on you wake up and it's like, just looking at it, like, for real, I wake up in this like uneasy, groggy state. And then I used to wake up early. I used to wake up like a few hours earlier, and I would have time to myself. I would watch a movie. I would eat breakfast or read a book. I would meditate. Sometimes I tried yoga or some. I used to actually go to the gym at 4 a.m. Crazy. I had a gym at Anytime Fitness. And I was like, oh, yeah, I need a gym that I can go to at any time, because I could never commit to actually, like, when typical gyms open up at 5, I couldn't really decide if I was going to wake up at 5 or if I was going to stay late. But some gyms was closing at 11, and I wasn't getting home till like 8. And so anyways, my life was looking just so sad and pitiful, and I'm living it. And I'm like, every day it's the same thing. Every week it's the same thing. And like some weeks will get worse. And that's when I had them breakdowns and I want to quit my job, because I felt like I can't control nothing, but I can control like where I spend most of my time in my life. I'm like, yo, this job is taking up my whole life, my whole existence, and I'm not making enough to actually enjoy any of it. Like, I'm so tired. I'm so drained from work. I'm so tired. I'm so drained from work. And it don't make no sense, because I don't even know, like, why it's affecting me so much. Because other people do it, and other people at my job, it's like it don't affect them as much. But I feel like I'm so different than them. I'm wired differently from them. Like, I feel like I don't care what nobody say, but I feel like I'm truly an empath, like, to the highest extent. I am a highly sensitive person, and I have responsive sensitivity. I don't know. I think it's RSD, responsive sensitivity disorder. I don't know. Something about heightened senses. So anyways, I feel like I just take everything too seriously. Plus, probably other mental disorders. It could be a numerous of things. So I'm just like, what's wrong with me? Because I don't have no kids. And they seem to be like, it don't affect them. And that's where I want to go back to the ignorance is bliss. Like, because at the end of the day, they are not a people who are like me, who psychoanalyzes this whole thing about life and existence and being, and the spiritual side of it and the worldview of it. Like I feel like I'm really a soul, like Like my heart is in my soul is in me and my existence, and I'm externally living like that. And I feel like other people are sort of just not going all in, especially at the job, because it's not that serious. But it seems like my job is my whole life, and I don't have a life outside of my job. And that's sad. And I don't even know how it got like this. But I remember feeling like this the first time I worked here. And man, I took a sabbatical. I took a personal loan out, $30,000, girl. That's why I had to file bankruptcy. But I had a time of my life. I took a sabbatical. I was not at work, and life was so good. I was the happiest I had ever been in my life when I wasn't at a job. I was so happy. I went to Miami with my cousins. I was so happy because I wasn't stressed about having to go back to work. I was so happy. Man, I was so happy. I'm strolling and walking down Miami. I'm going to the store and I'm buying something because I had some money. I'm so happy. Then like 6 months later, the loan money ran out and I had to close my account, change everything up. I started applying to jobs because rent was due. Okay. And then like I knew I wasn't going to be able to get away from the loans too much long. But I went as long as I could. And then I filed bankruptcy. And then this is my life. And so my whole thing is this. I had to get up today because the Lord, like, the thoughts in my head were just going. And the Lord was like, girl, I hear you crying, girl. But we've been over this. It's not gonna happen overnight. And I'm like, dog. I don't even want to do this. Like, what am I doing this for? I just don't understand. Because my whole thing is this, is like, I'm not a person, I don't feel like I'll ever be a type of person with my hand out and be like, yo, please. Like, I would rather me just naturally fade away and be non-existent simply because I didn't work harder. I didn't get another job. I didn't go rob nobody. I didn't make a way for myself. I didn't. Some people swim and some people sink, and I'm okay with sinking because I didn't apply myself. I understand that part. And it's crazy because I actually saw a thread today talking about this girl was she was like, how do you tell somebody that you get overwhelmed and triggered when they start depending on you too much? Because your inner child gets angry, or she said my inner child gets angry and triggered because I had to do everything on my own and I didn't have any help. So it's so typical. But everybody in the comments talking about, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's people like you who complain about people. Like, first of all, stop. Because why are you here? Like, I just feel like some people just should. If you're not going to say nothing that makes sense, or just like, if you're going to text somebody, you can just save that. Nobody wants to. You are giving this energy because of why? Because something inside of you is like, you that type of person that we talking about. And I just feel like I don't like when those people speak up and try to put the narrative like, because we're not talking to you, okay? Because at the end of the day, there was like nobody should have to figure it out alone. But I'm telling you that I had no choice. So don't sit here and tell me, oh, nobody should, but I did. And where was y'all at when it was me? Okay. And people be like, oh, well, that's selfish, that's narcissistic, that's, call it what you want. It's facts, okay? Like, I can't stand to be gaslit about something that we've already figured out was a fact. Like, this is not an opinion. It happened. And now you're telling me to grow up and get over it. Great. And I don't know. It really tickles me because adults are so mean. And I know that these were the same mean kids when we were kids. And the same kids who just did too much, but not enough at the same time. And then they complained about getting left behind. Like, first of all, you knew you wasn't doing what you're supposed to do. And now you want to sit here and play a victim to your own, like, But anyways, I was like, look, you can say no. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. You don't have to do anything for anybody else. If my family and life haven't taught me anything, is that nobody owes you nothing. Not your mama and not your daddy. They don't owe you anything. Nobody's coming to save you. And there's no rich uncle who's gonna suddenly pass away and you're gonna get, actually that do happen to some people, I ain't gonna lie, that did happen to somebody I know. But at the end of the day, I don't want to say they squandered it, but I don't know, it's like it never happened. And that's crazy because there was a lot of money at one time. And that's the thing. That's the thing, because God was just like, he had to keep reminding me that these are some hard times. And at the end of the day, these are some hard times for a lot of people because of what's going on with the world. Like the government shut down and, wars and all type of crazy stuff's going on. So I would say that my obstacle is minor, but to me it's major. But at the end of the day, I just had to really think about what I am blessed with, and I had to make myself get up out of bed, get in the shower, because I'm like, you're not disabled. You're not laying in the hospital bed. You're not like bed bound for real. So get up. And I swear it was so hard because I'm like, I just can't. But I'm like, no, yes you can. Like, why can't you? Get up. So I dragged myself to the shower, got into the shower. And then I actually dragged myself to Walmart. Then I didn't know what to get. I can't get it. But I went to Wendy's and got a little drink. Something to, spice life up. It wasn't nothing major, but I'm like, before I leave this earth, I really want to try my best to get out of this mess. I feel so bad because that's another thing I started thinking about my niece and nephews. And all I wanted to do was be a role model for them to like break the curse of this family, be something different, and actually strive and make something of yourself. And I didn't make nothing of myself, and I'm not proud of what my life turned out to be at 31. It's not over yet, God willing, but I just feel like I had way higher expectations. And I just want to apologize to my siblings and my mother, because as a child, I judged them really harshly that they didn't have their stuff together. And like looking at them, they was only like 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. My mom was only like 47. And so I definitely thought that they should have been further in their lives when they were where I'm at now. And now that I'm here, I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. Like, it really don't take much for you to get here. Like, whew, the way that life humbles you. And my whole thing is like, I've been seeing a bunch of like fatal car crashes. Cars are burning up. Like, it's crazy stuff going on in the world. Like, it is a privilege and a blessing to be alive. And I just don't want anybody to really take their lives for granted, because life is precious. And I feel like it's more than a job. It's more than a relationship. It's more than some money. I feel like, because whether or not that lady know it or not, she really saved my life. Like, I really need to talk to her. I'm just crying on the phone. And she was like, it's okay. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I know you did not. She did not think that she was going to go into work. And she was going to have to be IRS/therapist. And I'm like, dang, man. I really got to start giving people more grace. Because you just never really know. And the whole thing about it is like, I know it's more people like me who like, right now, you see me crying. You see I'm down now. I'm being vulnerable and shit up with you. But tomorrow when I go to work, ain't nobody gonna know I was crying. Ain't nobody gonna know I was crying. Like, what? I don't, like, you gotta put on your best face forward and be brave and be confident and know, like, everything that's sent to you is not going to destroy you. The weapons will form. Oh, that's what it was. Last night, I'm ruminating over my like negative thoughts, and then I've been trying to figure out how to redirect my thoughts when these thoughts come up, and I can't stop them. And Marvin Sapp, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I just started singing it in my head. I'm like, no weapon formed against me cannot prosper. It won't work. So, I don't know. I'm just recording this right now because I'm telling me to keep your head up. And I really do hope it all works out for you, girl. I really do. I just feel like, I feel like you don't know how good you got it, and how minor this is. Like, you think it's major now, but I promise you it's not nothing that time won't solve. Like, this, you won't be like this forever. You won't, as much as you know, like, now you know better, and like, you willing to starve to pay this debt off. You know now, like, that you need to take this financial stability seriously, and just be more proactive and prepared to fight against life, because the trials are coming, but getting wiser, and you're getting very strong, very strong. This is the strongest you've ever been. And It's fearless. Just doing it scared, like getting up and doing the things even when you don't feel like it, but because you know that you are living in your values and not looking at the outcomes. Love you, bye. Peace.